with a DPS build, your defense is being able to put down damage quick, get the enemy down quick before they can do damage to you. Like that's the key to a DPS build. But it's a little bit more dangerous and tricky, and you have to play tighter and harder and smarter. Whereas those skill build, I remember one time, man, I was doing a mission. Can't remember what mission it was, but I had my turret and drone up, and I had to go to the bathroom. I put my drone and turret up, went to the bathroom, came back, and the whole board was already cleared.
Sounds to me like you're getting warmer, Agent. Keep at it.
Uh, so yeah, it's definitely safer, but I think and probably more effective. But I think a DPS build is definitely more fun, like for sure. You do have to work a little harder, work a little smarter, and watch it. Like I mean, look, I don't have any blue cores other than I think what's on my memento. I'm not sure what character this is, but I have this build. I have this build on. Look at this. We can't even get up there, so I gotta bait him down. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I tell you, man, like these guys be, oh man, they are supreme hiders. We'll take that because I'm working on a build with that. Um, but yeah, no, I was saying like I think, was that Fenris? Uh, yeah. Yeah, I think for sure. I think DPS is more fun to me. It's more my style. That's why they call me Gunner, left lane Gunner at that. But I understand the skill build. For me, I probably would go with more of a hybrid build. I do have a hybrid build, um, a really, 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 really nice hybrid build. That's more my style because it's a six-tier skill build. Dark Zone boys doing it.
The cleaners moved in
A lot of people don't know about this little room right here. Headshot brace. Oh, it's not bad. Nah, it's LMG. Um, but um, but yeah, I'm probably more into the hybrid build. I got a hybrid build. It's a six tier skill build. Um, but it's equivalent to having, I think, like five red cores on the build at the same time, or something crazy like that.
move to the upper deck.
I haven't done the numbers in a while. I haven't remembered it, but it was just insane. The build is just insane. Someone actually asked me about doing a hybrid build, like putting together a hybrid build for them, and how would I do it? And at the time, I didn't have one. And I said, you know what? That's a good idea. Let me try it. And I made it. I loved it. It's even better now because the primary gun that I run with that is the primary gun that I run with that is the capacitor. So the capacitor just got a whole facelift, literally. I'll get these mementos. I don't really need them, but let's go get them. But yeah, so uh, it's even stronger now. Like it's ridiculous. The thing is with me, this is what I like about gaming in general. That's why I like these type of games. Um, I like I like having a mission and having an objective and having to complete the objective and having them trying to stop me from completing the objective. That's what I like about gaming. That's what I like about games in general. It's just having an objective. This is what my objective is, and this is the roadblock trying to stop me from getting to my objective. And you know, so that's what I like about it. If we're talking about using a skill build, then it just makes my objective just too easy. That's one of the things about the game that it's like the balance. It's like okay, so if you want to have a more difficult or if you want a more challenging atmosphere, you have to go to legendary. I mean, you go up in levels. Normal, story, well, normal, then what, challenging, think, and then heroic. And then if you want something stronger than that, then you have to go to
Sounds like we're on
uh
the right track.
then you have to go to legendary. Well, when you do that, legendary a lot of times is force you to have to play a certain way. It's like the medium is just it's not a and if you want to try and make it more difficult and heroic, you know what? Let's run this. I'm gonna run the hybrid now. Let me see. All right, capacitor. I should have kept that almost stacked up. That's the hybrid right here. And man, it's nasty. Nasty work. Nasty, nasty work. 6 tier skill build. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. No, wait a minute. I think I dropped this one. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's still 6 tier. Yeah, it's 6 tier. So you got one from the specialization, and then you got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiers. And in the red cores, you got 1, 2 here, and then once the capacitor is stacked up, you get your red cores from that. And then of course I got it rolled up.
Room. Get ready.
Of course I got it rolled up to 25. And that's not to mention that we're not even talking about the talents, and we're not talking about the memento being stacked up. You get 30% weapon damage
Fast, Agent.
from the memento being stacked up too. So that's you can see. Look at that; it's just shredding. It's shredding not much different than the Elmo. If you want to be real, pull that up on him. Let's go, pimp.
Rose,
Come on, open up.
that fire tower there. Anything we can do about it?
There's gotta be a power source on it somewhere.
I mean, you can see how powerful, how quick it is. This is a road.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, oh, this build is so nasty, man.
Power.
I mean, legendary, whatever you want to do. I like running a shield with it, but you can run a turret, or whatever you want, whatever skill you really want to run. But to me, once we start running the turret and the drone together, it's like, now why do I even need a gun? Like,
You're doing really great. Keep at it.
look at that, the drone just ate him alive. I didn't have enough ammo. That was my little step in jab to make him swing. He swings, drops his shield.
Time to improvise. See if you can do anything with those valves.
But that's what I was saying. Like to make it even more competitive, you have to change the way you play, so to speak. Because you have to move to the left, move to the left.
Now take that.
There we go. Need no ammo. Damn it, she went inside. That damn drone just does its own thing when it wants to. Like it's just crazy. See, that's what I hate about that. Like I don't understand that. Like I'm sitting here, oh, she's shooting, miss me. That's the only thing I hate about the drone is that she's shooting. Is that it's like when it gets locked on. Oh, she's healing up. God damn it! All right. See, if I had the Elmo, I would have pushed up a lot more aggressive and got her up out of here for sure. Yeah, we got her. We got her. They can't break this shield. Not with this
Yes! You
six
got
tier
it.
skill. The shield is maxed out. Like it's nothing they can do with it. And it's another thing too. Like you can do so much with the build too. Like you could run the artificial hive
Well, I was supposed to
and
fire
make your shield basically invincible. I
maniac.
mean, it's a legendary build.
You did a lot today.
Um,
We shut down the cleaner's oil pipeline, got rid of Conley. Keener can't use it to target the JTF anymore. And we're one step closer to catching him. Well done, Agent.
yeah, you can use the artificial hive, or oh man, that's the piece I was looking for right there. So what I'm working on now is, and I used to make a lot of builds. I mean, I used to make builds every day, just build, 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 build. Looking for, I don't know why I even picked that up. Looking for something to match my play style and what I like to do, how I like to play. I like to kind of play in between running gun and cover base shooter. Like that's kind of like my thing. Running gun, cover base shooter, kind of in between. And so I was thinking about. I had made a build before. I can use it with this character too, running a healing drone. But I don't have any. Actually, initially this build was a healing build. I had repair skills all over it. Yeah, I had repair skills. I had incoming repairs. I mean, it was like all over the bill. And then as I was playing, I was realizing because I was still trying to. Whenever I make a build, I test it. First thing I do is I tested in the gun range first, just to get an idea for the damage that it's putting out. Make sure it's at the sweet spot where I like it at. It has to be a sweet spot. I like to be at least 300 to 400,000 minimum. And I like my crit chance to be at least 50, and I like my crit damage to be at minimum 150 minimum. So if I can get there or close to there, I'm good. And you can see this one's at 51% crit chance and 185 crit damage, and it's a six-tier skill build. It's a six-tier skill build, and I'm at 100, almost 190 crit damage, and I think I'm not even maxed out on crit chance, and I think it was another piece that I didn't max out. That one's not maxed out. Yeah, and the crit damage, crit damage here. So if I max this out, I could get to 86 at least, 186 crit damage. But and then the talent I'm running on it is Spark. Um, Whereas though you get the damage from your drone doing damage, and it takes them a long time to take your drone down when you got a six tier. They can barely get it down. But that's why I don't like not being able to call my drone back. Like sometimes I don't know, I haven't figured out why or what's going on with that. Might keep that piece. Definitely keeping that piece for now. Why maybe it's out of range or once it locks on or something, it just seems like sometimes it's because you want to be able to see. That's one thing about when I play. i'm constantly I'm constantly working with my drone, constantly working with it. Like I'm constantly sending it to a different person, spinning people around, because as soon as the drone come near and they start shooting in the air at that, and then while they do that, I'll move it to another enemy and then move it back to them, all while I'm still shooting. And that number one, it saves your drone from taking a lot of damage from moving it around. And also, if an enemy starts targeting me, even though the drone may not be shooting them, but it's coming to them, soon as they recognize, oh my God, the drone's locked on me, they automatically start moving. Like they, oh, I gotta get out of here, like instantly. The drone's coming, like, and then they'll stop shooting you or shooting or targeting you, and then I just start lighting them up. Just start lighting them up. So that's one thing I like with my drone. So when it don't cooperate, it's like you know, ah. Let's see, I got a cache that's not open. Oh, it must be the group. Yeah, the clan. I don't know why the clan always goes to the bottom. That's a nice Cheska mask. I just don't need it. Don't need it. Too tight. Stash is too tight. Too tight. It's too tight. It's too tight, man. It's too right. It's too tight. But yeah, so that's, I used to make a lot of builds until I got the builds that I like and I got them how I like. I stopped building. Like with my striker build, I love my striker build the way it is. Like I used to play with a lot of people. I don't play as much as I used to. So I don't, because I jump on and off and stuff like that. So I don't play with a lot of people now. But when I did, I'm talking about playing with people who were elite people, and I'm always up there in kills with them or even more. I haven't played with anybody. And like I said, I played with some elite guys. I haven't played with anybody who's just dominated me in kills. Like anybody. Like I said, most times I'm probably the high guy on kills, and I'm not trying. It's just the way the build is. I maximize the build for my style. It's like having a car, racing a car. Like how to maximize every single inch out of your car. When you driving a car, you shifting. You get every little bit out of first gear, every little bit out of second gear. Third, fourth, all of that. If somebody else doesn't know how to do that, they might have a faster car, more powerful car. But if they don't know how to maximize what their car can do, you probably win. Given your So that's what it is. I played with the build a lot. Like I said, after I make my builds, first thing I do is I go to the gun range, I test it out. What's my damage? What's the damage doing? Did I just move that to the stash? I didn't mean to. All right, I go look. I say, all right, what's my damage doing? Okay, it's where I want it to be. Then I look and say, okay, what's my I look and say, okay, what's my survivability? I need it. That's the first thing I do. Okay, how am I surviving? What's the survivability on this build? And I got this build. I got I got four characters. One character I keep as a 30 character, and that character I use specifically to run through the DZ to get exotic components. But now they put the exotic components back into the control points, and you can get them from doing the dailies. So you got your season pass project. That doesn't give you an exotic, but the daily project does, and the weekly project gives you like five, and then you can buy one every week from what's the name. So, and it's just for me, I don't really need the exotic component, like leveling up my gear and stuff like that. I just feel like why do it? Plus I play with four characters. See, I got 354 exotic components. and I just don't see the big need for it. Like that. My main weapons that I use, I do level those up to get that 25%. But outside of that, I'm not, it's not a must for me. And again, I play with a lot of people that do that, and I'm still right there with them, or even better as far as kills and all that. So I just don't see a big need for it. But each his own, each his own. Whatever makes you more comfortable. Maybe for them, they maximize it however they do. But for me, I maximize it the way I do. So it's just how I do it. Just it's just how I do it. But after I make my builds, I test them out in the gun range, and then I go out in the open world and I thoroughly test it in the open world. Like I run the build for about 2, 3 weeks before I decide to keep it. You know what I mean? Like before I even maximize. That's why some of my builds you might see they're not even maximized because I'm not done testing it. Like I don't make a build and then max the build out and then test it and all of that. Nah. Like even though it may make sense in my mind, or I might have got the build from somebody else. I might have seen it on Tux or whoever. This video, Kamikaze or whoever. Identity, that's my guy. I might have seen it on there and made it. I still don't save it because it might work for them the way they play, but it might not work for me the way I play. And in addition to that, I might want to keep that piece. And in addition to that, a lot of times the guys who make the build videos, and I get it, I'm not hating on them or nothing like that, but a lot of times they'll make the builds because they make a living off of doing videos and stuff like that. So they're constantly making builds of all kinds of stuff and things like that. So if I see one, I'm like, you know what? That look all right. Like, okay, let me try that. I won't save it, and I won't put a lot. I won't put resources into it. I'll make it first, play with it, see how I like it, and then if I like it, then I'm like, all right, let's go ahead and run this. That's this is how I do it. But I thoroughly test them. Like I put it in all kind of rigorous situations, see how it holds up. I mean, I'm running invadeds with it, like with 3 directives. I always run 3 directives. Even when they switch up, I always run 3 directives. But that's how I do it, man. And if the build don't hold up, scrap it. Scrap it. And sometimes I might not even scrap it. I might just save it and be like, you know what? I'm gonna come back to this later. I might have something I might want to do with this later. Just depends. Just depends. Depends on how far off it is. Like if it's super far off, like I'm just getting murked out there. I can't stay up. Whatever. Then I might just be like, all right, I'm out of here. I'm gone. I'm gone. I don't need 2 of these because I don't even use that gun. I don't need 2 of these because I don't use that gun. I'm not a big sniper fan. Uh, I do want to try some. I haven't tried that out yet. That's why I got 3 of those. I don't need 3 of these. All right, get rid of this one. Um, Not a big sniper fan. I don't. You know, I like to move around more than a sniper would allow me to. And I like shooting, man. I love shooting. I like letting it fly. This gun right here, oh my God, they destroyed this gun. This gun could have been so awesome. The Vindicator could have been fire. Fire. The only thing that made this messed up is that one key point right there. While scoped in, the weapon will highlight a random body part. Well, actually, it's 2 things that messed this weapon up. First of all, it being a random body part. I don't like that. Number two, the fact that it scopes in. It says while scoped in, but it automatically scopes in unless you're doing a hip fire. So I don't even know why it says while scoped in. You just might say while shoot the weapon. Like it, you know what I mean? Like it's a rifle, but they turned it into a sniper rifle. And it's like, what we doing? Like it's basically a sniper rifle. If you have to be scoped in when you're shooting it, it's a sniper rifle. And I just don't like it. It's not, I don't know, it's not powerful enough to be a sniper rifle. Um, you would have to do so much to the build to get it to be a sniper rifle. And I just don't see it being worth doing all of that. Just with all the other weapons. And that random, I just don't why would you we already got the capacitance. Not the capacitance, the snake bite. I mean, it's very similar. So, and that's a rifle. So I just don't see what they where they were going with that. Um, I'm going to jump in that chat and see because what is this? I don't think it's random, right? Hitting the enemy mark consumes the mark. It says random. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it randomly marked. Oh well, see, this one's not as bad though because it randomly marks an enemy, not a body part. Because with the Vindicator, it marks a body part, and then you got to focus on that body part, and you may or may not be able to do that. Like, say you shoot them and it randomly marks their leg and they jump in cover and they're downfield because you got to shoot it as a sniper rifle. So you got to be scoped in, so you can't really see your environment like that. So you got to be scoped in and shooting from distance, so that way you know nobody's around you or whatever the case may be. Whereas though with other rifles, you can be up in the mix. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that rifles are powerful enough that you could be up in the mix firing it, like without worrying about, getting hit and all of that. Like you could be up in there. So I just don't like that. Like that I don't like the random part. I think they could have they shouldn't have made it random. Like if they wouldn't have made it random, I think that gun would have been, I mean, I guess they looked at it like, okay, well, it's the same as the capacitance if we make it, but in this case, it wouldn't be because you're marking a body part. So I don't know. I just don't like it. I can't get with it. I don't like it at all. All right, so let's do another. We're gonna do another daily project, and then get up off of here. I gotta go take care of some business. Some business. Take care of some business. Some business. All right, let's see what's happening. Let's see what's happening. You know what? Hold up, because I think you gotta do three um, activities. So we might as well go ahead and get one activity now and get this out the way, cousin. Oh, they already down here scrapping. That's what I like. 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 Yeah, both of y'all lay it down. I don't like you. Take that. Take that. You still looking sad and dizzy? What's happening with you? Let's go. How did he come about that quick? He was just dazed. Oh, I thought he was still dazed. Oh, somebody shooting rockets. No diving, buddy. Who we gotta talk to? Oh, coward. They're hiding. That's what I like. That's what I like. Thank you. Thank you.